Here on ResTube, we do more than ASMR videos. More than makeup tutorials.
To achieve the perfect smoky eye look, apply the eyeliner as follows.
More than you're a YouTuber now, you have to rap videos.
I love the residence, you need evidence. Well, let's take a little look at my place. You'll see the relevance that I place upon the pioneering punching through the underground for 50 years. Now I ain't joking, chump. These anonymous avant-garde artists pumping out projects, got freaks starting parties. And before my little rap is done, I'd like the rest to know y'all my number one.
We do love. That's right, fellow res heads. Welcome back for another episode of Label Love here on ResTube. And the love that I'd like to show today is for Clang Gallery, the Austrian label run by Walter Rabotka. And the reason for that love? Well, actually, there are multiple reasons. I bought my very first residence autograph from Walter. The very first ResTube interview was with Walter.
Hardy told me before he died that he would leave all his archive to me. So we do have all his image bank, and we do have all the music he left.
And speaking of interviews, Walter recently put me in touch with Ronaldo and the Loaf, for which I am eternally grateful.
Perhaps you'd like to subscribe to Mr. Rixie's ResTube.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm just corpsed.
But aside from all that, you have to love Clang Gallery. I can't even decide on which my favorite Clang Gallery CD is. Not to mention that our series Res History will eventually catch up with them. So I've decided instead to just make a clip praising them for their astonishing work. So as the saying goes, how I love thee, let me count the ways. They offer their CDs for 18 euros, including worldwide shipping. The double CDs are a measly 5 euros more. That is unbeatable. Not to mention their selection of music. Since 2015, they have released 15 residence CDs, and that doesn't even include the Delta Nudes, Tidal and Limbo, or Ush Madoma featuring Randy. All three of those, as were many of the aforementioned 15, were either long out of print or previously unreleased. Starting with their first res CD, Snaky Wake, their intentions for the future of residential Clang releases were implemented. The CD not only features the songs from the original limited CD, it also includes 2 tracks, over 28 minutes of music, mind you, that had previously only been available as downloads. There have also been double CDs, like their version of Tidal and Limbo by the Residents and Ronaldo and the Loaf, which not only made the original CD more available than the limited edition first release, no, it also included the extra disc entitled 4 Days, which supplied the fan base with alternative takes and previously unheard material from the recording sessions. They've also released 6 Hardy Fox CDs, another 12 credited to Charles Bobick, and the wonderful album A Day Hanging Dead Between Heaven and Earth by Hardy Fox and Fred Frith. Some personal favorites of mine from these releases would have to be the Took series, a beautifully diverse collection of the music of Hardy Fox, aka Charles Bobick. I should probably also mention that one CD is credited to Black Tar and the Crybabies, and another is credited to Bob Uck and the Family Truck. Only they know what the future will bring, as they were the ones that inherited Hardy Fox's unreleased music, so it's sure to say that there is definitely much more interesting stuff to come. One particularly heartwarming release is The Godfather of Odd, a Hardy Fox tribute. This CD contains 15 tracks by Res collaborators such as Carla Fabricio, Laurie Amat, Ronaldo and the Loaf, Fred Frith, Oos Madoma, and Molly Harvey, whose track features Ostrich Van Nippel. The Res themselves composed the track If Only You Knew for this release, and it's a tragically beautiful track which honors Hardy Fox perfectly. The whole album does, as do the quotes from the contributors that can be found inside the CD. I'm especially fond of Ronaldo and the Loaf's Mahogany Wood, which seems to emulate the original version of the song before breaking off into a complete reworking a la Ronaldo and the Loaf. Another stroke of genius is the track Crossing Up in Space by Harry Lagousis, or Lagousis, forgive me for not knowing. This track features words all taken directly from emails written by Hardy Fox. I could go into detail about every single track on this CD, but once again, Res history will catch up. I'll admit that it'll take a while, but that's the way it is. So let's get back to it. Aside from the residents, Clang Gallery has also put out releases by associates of our beloved Eyeballed Ones. 4 studio albums by Snakefinger and 1 album by Snakefinger's Vestal Virgins were re-released, each with bonus tracks from around the time of the original releases and 2 featuring live tracks from Secret Records' Snakefinger Live in Melbourne 1981 LP. The Ronaldo and the Loaf reissues are especially packed with extra goodies. Each re-release of their classic albums is extended by an extra CD, which features material related to the original tapes and LPs, like their first live show and previously unreleased studio recordings. Not to mention the CDs of their more recent music or the wonderful live recording of their performance at Clang Gallery's 25th anniversary party, long time coming. Another gem is this double CD that features the first LP and EP that were planned for release that never materialized. It also contains songs from that period before Struve and Sneff that have never been heard at all before. There have also been 5 CDs by the music of David Jansen, released under 2 different names. The Tapeworm Vessel, David Jansen with Sylvie Walder, has released 2 CDs, one of them a limited edition run of 100 that dropped very recently. The Darkening Scale, as in David Jansen working alone, has put out 3 CDs, including Stuck Bad, which is David's reimagining of the songs of Duckstab. I can't praise this project enough. It is, in my humble opinion, the most original reworking of any Residents album ever. It's so original in its approach that the word cover doesn't even really do it justice. So if you don't have it and see a copy for sale, buy it. Speaking of Res cover versions, the 180Gs released their a cappella version of all 40 songs of the commercial album on Clang Gallery as well. This CD not only features liner notes by Homer Flynn of the Cryptic Corporation, it shines by its unbelievably well-executed rendition of the complexity of the original LP. The 180Gs have ridiculously gifted ears and voices, and it shows on this CD. Once again, buy or die. Before slowly winding this clip down, it should also be said that Clang Gallery released a 7-inch single by Schwump titled Thank You Planet Earth in a limited edition of 100 hand-numbered copies in 2003. And staying inside the realm of Res-related artists, you can also find releases by Fred Frith, by Chrome, and by Blaine L. Reiniger on Clang Gallery. Outside of Res World, the Resiverse, Residentio. Outside of the Res and former Ralph Records recording artists, their lineup is an impressive collection obviously assembled by someone who wants to keep the underground alive and kicking. All in all, Clang Gallery is a label run by freaks for freaks, and I of course mean that in the best possible way. So go to www.klanggalerie.com and show them some love. Thank you very much for tuning into this episode of Label Love on ResTube. If you enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to comment here or on Facebook and share the clip if you feel like it. That really helps out a lot. And until we see each other for the next episode of ResTube, of course, you guys stay healthy and stay weird. This is Danny Riggs, aka Mr. Riggsy, signing off. Bye-bye, guys. One particularly heartwarming, the godfather of art. Don't do that, Randy. You're gonna hurt yourself. That hurts. Inside the realm of res-related artists, res-related, this episode of Label Love on ResTube, Label Love. This episode of Label Love. You're perfect.